Welcome to another episode of OG55 Live. The Italiano is back in the house, fresh off his second cruise. we are taking your questions, your comments today on this episode of OG55 Live. Let's go. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55 Live. We are back doing live shows. The Italiano is back after his double cruise month. The Italiano is officially back in the house. George, welcome back, sir.
Thank you. It's glad to be back. And after doing a double Disney cruise, which is always a great time. I was definitely ready to, come back, do some recordings, do some live shows. I definitely missed it. And I'm actually also ready to tackle the parks again, too. Like, I don't know, after being away and doing just the cruises, it's like I'm ready to.
Hey, sometimes a guy just needs a vacation from his vacation. You know what I'm saying, George?
Yeah, basically. Yes.
Where can everybody at home find you on social media?
You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. Again, not really knowing for how much longer.
Yeah, we're actually going to talk about that. We're going to talk about X because it's been getting to the point where it's almost an unusable app or site, however you access it. But yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit before we get into all this because a lot of people are fed up with this situation over there. But go ahead, George. I'm sorry, brother.
Not a problem. And you can also find me on Instagram under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base at Orange Grove 55 at Citrus Corner with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
Yes. All right. So we got a lot of great people in the chat today. We got Mr. Mark McHugh. We got Mr. Seymour Duck in the house. Seymour, we're starting off with Twitter today. We're going to talk a little Twitter. You're going to love this conversation. We got Lene Ward, Lovelow, Abigail in the house, Arlene with the hard hands. All right, Googam with a lot of questions. Googam, thank you so much for joining us. T.S. Wade, everybody, welcome aboard. Okay, so I did a video with Seymour and the one and only Mr. Webba the other day, right? We were talking all about X, Twitter, right? And how bad it's gotten with the bots, people just being ball bags on there, right? Harassing people. I know that's not necessarily new, but what is new is that there's less enforcement of these rules than there were before. When before Elon bought it, it wasn't perfect, but at least there was some semblance of if someone was harassing somebody, they there was a chance at least they would get, they would suffer some consequences. And now none at all. It's like just the wild, wild west out there. And George and I were talking since he got back, like, you know what? We were talking, right, George? Like, we're not going to deactivate. I don't want to deactivate my Twitter because I don't want my handle, which has my, YouTube channel name, basically, being sold off to somebody else or given to somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that represents us. I don't want that. I just want my account to represent me or the channel, whatever. Right. So, but I was thinking about maybe basically just using it for DMs, for you guys, and just kind of abandoning it altogether, kind of outside of that, just making it like a DM machine to send the link out for a show and just kind of walking away from Twitter. I just feel like it's not worth it. A lot of BS goes on there, a lot of bots, a lot of disgusting content that Elon allows on there now. It starts with the P word and rhymes with corn. I don't know. I'm kind of getting to my threshold where I want to walk away. Not only that, but now there's rumors that Elon wants to change the block button. So when you block someone, they can still see all your tweets. Right. Well, what's the point of blocking them? The whole point is the whole point of blocking someone is so you limit their access to you. If you give them the access, why even have a block button? And I've said this, and then I'll take it over to you, George. I said this many times so far, but Elon will constantly use this excuse of like, well, freedom of speech, right? Freedom of speech. Yes. In America, we have freedom. We have freedom in America, but you still need laws to kind of keep the whole thing together. You know what I'm saying? Just because you have freedom doesn't mean it's lawless. Okay. You really don't have freedom if you don't have laws to kind of keep things in check to some degree. And the problem with Twitter right now is that it seems lawless. There's really no accountability for people that are being jerks, harassers, racists, whatever, saying horrible, vile things. There's no accountability. And it becomes unusable for people that just want to use it to exchange ideas, debate, talk, whatever. I'm getting fed up. I haven't been on there as much as I used to, and I'm seriously considering walking away. I might just walk and just use other platforms like Instagram or other things. What about you, Italiano? Where do you stand with this, brother? You were never on Twitter as much as I was, but
right, yeah. I was kind of new to the game. When it came with Twitter, I didn't really know how much to really use it and how to like kind of create my own platform with it. And then of course with my identity of becoming the Disney Italiano, and everything. And then as I started getting into it, that's when Elon, purchased Twitter, and then it all became very chaotic and everything. And really, honestly, even to now, I just use it to kind of share links, of breaking news like that comes out like from other Disney reporting outlets and what have you. I don't really engage in too much conversation with it, but I more so use it so for everyone who does enjoy the show and that is on Twitter, they can kind of stay in contact in that sense. But other than that, it's like I really don't even use it. So it's like I use it, but then I don't use it. I use it for like certain things. But I mean, as far as like the P word and rhymes with corn, I mean, there's really nothing wrong with being career oriented, but
yeah, it just gotten out of control. And I've been actually kind of kicking the tires on leaving Twitter for a while, to be honest. This isn't something that like I've just come to the conclusion. Yeah. Like I've been really wanting to do it for a long time.
You've been going back and forth with it for quite some time.
Yeah, like I have anxiety disorder, and I've had anxiety disorder for a long time, since I was like a teenager, and just the bullshit that goes on Twitter, it's just not healthy for me personally. And I'd rather just use another platform that's not as chaotic, But yeah, Abigail here says, it's crazy. What's the point of blocking if they can still see your posts? Exactly. It makes no sense. So I guess when you block, and now this is just a rumor, to be fair to Elon, we don't know if this is going to happen for sure or not. I guess they're just in talks about this changing. When you block someone, they can still see you, but they won't be able to engage with you. So they could see your tweet, but they won't be able to like maybe comment on it. I don't know. It's just kind of whatever, Lene, sorry about that. Lene Ward here says, I was hopeful about Threads, but that turned out to be a lot of clickbait and abandoned it. Maybe it's time to say goodbye to Twitter and just let it die. Yeah, I think so, man. I think it's time, Lene. And I appreciate you joining us today, Lene. It's good to see you. It's always good to see you. Yeah, I think it might be time to just kind of let it go and just kind of, I don't know. I think that the app has kind of run its course. Cassandra, what say you about this, George?
Who blabbed?
Oh shit, Freaky George. Oh, sorry, wrong button. that was the wrong button. I was trying to do my other one, bro.
Well, in all actuality, nothing can stop me now.
There you go. I was actually gonna do this one. Welcome to the stage, George, the Italiano. Get those singles ready, ladies. Sorry, I had to. Hey, ever since this drop, I'm constantly using it first.
Yeah, you love that one.
I love that one. But anyway, we just kind of wanted to open with that in terms of like, what we think about Twitter. We got Mr. Michael Webber in the house. The P word that rhymes with corn, you mean popcorn? Exactly, JP. That's exactly what we're talking about. Popcorn. Like, who the hell wants popcorn? I don't. Mr. Michael Webber is in the house. Yo, what's up, Mr. Webber? It's good to see you, man. It's really, really good to see you. So let's go ahead and George, any final thoughts on Twitter before we move on to serious business here?
Yeah, it's honestly, it's just very sad that it has to come down to this point. But again, as we actually mentioned this, I don't know if we actually said it while we were recording or if it was off the recording, but a lot of people say even about Disney, vote with your wallets. So it's like if everybody jump ship, you know.
I'm taking my own advice. Hey, look, I used to have a blue check and I got rid of it. I got sick of Elon's garbage and I got rid of my blue check. I'm not going to give him my money. I'm voting with my wallet like you should. And now I'm going to vote with my attention. And I'm going to walk. I'm not going to log in as much. I'm not going to look at it as much. I'm voting with my money and my attention, as we all should. And people, if they're unhappy with Disney, they should do the exact same thing. Ian Grimm, thank you so much for being a member, Ian. We met Ian at the OG55 meetup. Really, really good guy. Thank you so much, Ian. We appreciate you. Just want to say the Webba Italiano trip report video is an instant classic. Already watched it twice. Wow, we appreciate that. It was a classic. That's some commitment right there. it was a classic, though, George. Well, do the kid voice again, the British kid voice.
Oh, Daddy.
For those of you that are not a member, if you become a member, you'll be able to check out this trip report. It is freaking hilarious.
And you'll find out what that actually is. And just so you know, that's not my bedroom voice.
Yeah. Oh, don't lie, George. We all know it is. Oh, behave. You know, that's George.
Behave.
Behave. But not only that, but Mr. Webba gets misgendered on Star Tours, which is freaking hilarious. Oh, check it out. You'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. If you become a member, you can check it out. It's really, really fun. All right. So let's dive into some of these questions, shall we? Let's go. Give me 1 second, please. 1 second, please. All right. Here we go. Oh, sorry. Actually, you know what? I'm jumping the gun here. Okay. Trip Johnson. Trip, thank you so much for joining. It's always good to see Trip. Trip joins us a lot on the live shows and stuff. Always good to see you, Trip. Hey guys, if Dungeons and Dragons Night is successful, do you think Universal will make a Dungeons and Dragons land? They should. I think that would be amazing. I'm a kid of the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Dungeons and Dragons was big back then. Back then we had a cartoon of that. It was like Saturday morning or whatever. But I like this franchise. Where would it go though? I don't know. It's kind of tough because you already have a Dragon Land at Epic Universe, right? I think that might be a little bit of a redundancy to put it in that park. I don't know. Maybe IOA. Maybe IOA would be a good park for it. I don't know, but I would be curious about something like that. And that feels like a very Universal property. What say you, Italiano? Did you ever get into that? I know you were a 90s baby.
Was. I've known about Dungeons and Dragons, but I never really dived into it where I was like a big player of the game. I would sit and watch my friends play it. And
George, you're a player of the game, bro. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you're a player of the game. Sorry, I'm gonna totally overuse that. People are gonna be like,
no, I actually enjoy that. But yeah, see, I mean, it definitely feels like a Universal property, but I feel like going down that route again, I feel like that's what they kind of did with the Lost Continent, and now they're kind of stuck in like a kind of roadblock with that, because they had the Dueling Dragons roller coaster, they had the Flying Unicorn, they had the Poseidon's Fury, they had the Sinbad Stunt Show, and now it's just basically an empty waste of a land. But I will say, I mean, I do enjoy and I completely just lost the name of the restaurant. Why is that? I love
Mythos.
I absolutely Mythos. Yes. Honestly, my favorite restaurant in all of Universal Orlando. So I will be sad when that goes, because eventually, more so that's going to become Zelda. But I mean, if Dungeons and Dragons does end up at Universal, it doesn't surprise me. But I think that they could possibly do a little bit more of a stronger IP.
Yeah, well, another part of that whole event, I don't remember the exact name of the event. I wish we had Theme Park Wizard in the chat right now. He would know for sure. But that event also is doing Back to the Future. Now that is an IP I would love to see return to Universal, utilizing the technology that Universal has sort of incorporated over the last 20 plus years with their theme park experience ever since IOA. They could do some amazing things with Back to the Future, and it's such an iconic trilogy. I would love to see that come back in some form or fashion. Gugam 32 says here, do you think Disney will snatch the Sesame Street streaming rights from Max once their contract with Sesame Workshop ends? I was not aware of that whole situation, but I mean, yeah, I would hope they would. That would be a smart idea. You can't go wrong with Sesame Street, and I think it would fit really, really nicely with Disney Plus. That would be an absolute game changer for Disney Plus, honestly, if they were to grab those rights. But what say you, Italiano?
Yeah, it's interesting with Sesame Street is because they are part of somewhat of the Muppet brand, but yet they're part of the Muppet brand, but they're individualized as their own kind of thing, because being on like PBS and and they're having their own franchise like in the parks, like they have there's actually a amusement park called Sesame Place actually here in Pennsylvania, and then I think they also have a Sesame area in is it SeaWorld?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not really sure 100%.
Yes.
I think it's SeaWorld though. Mr. Webb might be able to answer that one.
Yeah. So I mean, but as far as like a streaming platform goes, I mean, Sesame Street has been on for many, many decades. So I think honestly, for a strong public broadcast children's television show like that, I think that would do very well on Disney Plus.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be fantastic. Legendary programming and great for kids. I think that would be so perfect for Disney Plus. Really perfect. Kaylee is in the house. Kaylee with 2 E's. Kaylee, it is always good to see you. Always good to see Kaylee. What's the weirdest interaction you had with someone in the parks? Oh, dude. Every time I go with George, that guy's a weirdo.
I know. Like, it's
fucking weirdo.
Anytime he's with me, something always like weird and bizarre like freaking happens. Like,
yeah. But what say you? Do you ever have any weird interactions? I actually have an interaction I'm going to share, but it's weird in a good way. But go ahead. If you have any.
A weird interaction.
Like some weird thing that happened that you just, wow, that's crazy.
Well, no, I'll probably save that for a members video.
Uh-oh. Keep it PG. Keep it PG.
Yes. As far as that goes, I don't know. I mean, other than that, I don't think I've ever had any kind of like.
Are you sure you don't want to share that one, or you want to save it for members?
Yeah, I'll save it for members.
Okay. Kaylee, so I had a weird interaction, but weird in a good way. Many years ago, this is probably, I don't even know, pushing 20 years now, maybe 15, 20 years ago. I was at the pizza port over in Tomorrowland, and I got my pizza, I got all my stuff, right? And I went to go pay for my meal, and my card got declined. Okay, I don't know what it was. It was some kind of like I don't know what it was, like a fraud thing or something. It just they wouldn't accept it. So I'm like, what the heck? So I'm like, all right. So I got out of line and I went to the outside to like call my bank and like sort all this out. And this Hispanic family comes up to me and they're like, we saw what happened in there with your card and we're really sorry to hear that. And the mother starts reaching into her purse and starts handing me like money, like bills. I'm like, no, I can't take this. I can't take this. And the whole family was just literally just throwing money at me, George. And I was like, this is insane. And they were like, no, take it. You got to eat. I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to call my bank. It'll be fine. No.
Hell, I would have taken it.
No, but I felt bad. Like this is, it was such an incredible gesture. Like so nice. I was like, yeah. Oh my gosh, no, I can't take this, you know?
Like, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was one of the.
That's actually, wow. Bro. Yeah, that's Yeah, you don't see that very often.
Dude, it was seriously one of the nicest encounters I've ever had with anybody. I've never had as a complete stranger be so openly kind to me like that. I mean, that was wild. So, Kaylee, that was a weird situation because it's weird because it never happens. It's weird that someone could be that generous and giving, but wow, they left a mark on me. 15, 20 years later, I still remember it. You know, it was an incredible experience.
I'll tell this story, but I'll choose my words wisely. So, this was during one of the times of being out at Disneyland. I can't remember if it was, I can't even remember what month it was. I'm out there so many times. And I ended up, I was in Cars Land and I was over by the Cozy Cone, like, you know, the ice cream and the cone queso and everything. And I ended up bumping into someone who recognized me from the channel. And she said that she was a fan. She watches all the time. And so we were just talking and everything. And then we just kind of went our own ways and everything. Well, here it turns out that she was staying at the hotel across from me.
I'm just kidding.
So as things happen, you know, I apparently she was quite a fan.
What he's trying to say is they went back to the apartment, the hotel room, and played Parcheesi, right?
Yeah, we played Parcheesi. Yes. That's what we did.
Crazy.
She was a huge fan of Parcheesi.
Yes, huge Parcheesi fan. Absolutely. Lovelo is in the house. If you formed a band with other Disney YouTubers, who would be in it? What would it be called? Which instruments would you play, if any? And what type of songs would you have? This is tough. This is like so on the spot. But here's the thing. Okay, I can tell you exactly who would be in it. It would be obviously the Italiano. We'd have the this is tough because I want the whole OG crew in there. But we would be like Wu-Tang Clan though. We'd have like 30. We'd have like 30 members, right? Yeah. So I don't know. Okay. So excluding us because I don't. Otherwise,
yeah, because it'd be obvious we would choose
each other, right? So outside YouTubers, like if it was just me and I was to choose some outside YouTubers, who would I pick? I'm going Bricky for sure. Bricky is the man. We always have a good time with Bricky. I'm going Drew the Disney dude. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I'm trying to think who else.
See, for me, I would love like a rock band kind of feel from me. So I would definitely choose Bricky. I would choose Adam the Woo. Anyone that kind of like has a little bit of that edge to them, I think would be kind of really cool. As far as what instruments would you play? Honestly, I would take on the drums.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would take on the
drums. You're a drummer? Interesting. See, I'm not a rock person though. So I feel it doesn't feel right for me to be in a band. I gotta be I don't know. I need like a rap thing or something. I can't rap, but I mean, assuming I could, you know, I don't know. I'm more hip hop or something. Like yeah. I couldn't do like a rock band. It's just not my genre. Maybe I can be in a K-pop group. I don't know, but it would definitely be Bricky and Drew.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. Some other creators who would be kind of cool to kind of collabo with, like in this setting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tough one, bro. It's a really tough one. I don't know. I got to think about this. This is actually a really good actually topic. I wouldn't even mind doing a video on it one day. I don't know. I got to think more, Lovelo, but yeah, that's a fascinating topic indeed. Mr. Jason Hill, D23 Brazil is about 6 weeks away. Any predictions? We haven't heard much. One of my biggest predictions, Jason, is actually I think we're going to get more information on the Encanto attraction for Disney's Animal Kingdom. They're in South America. They're in Brazil. I think they're going to utilize that to give us some Encanto news. I don't know. That's just a prediction. Could be wrong. What say you, Italiano? Do you think that's a possibility? Or
Yeah, I think for them to create a whole entire event, like surrounding, in the Brazilian culture, I feel like that a lot of the announcements, they'll have to have something new for them, and I feel like that either maybe one of those story living areas might be built in Brazil. Possibly one of the new cruise ships might have a port out in Brazil.
that's a good. I'm glad you brought the cruise ship up. That's a big possibility. They're expanding the Disney cruise. I could definitely see something like that.
Yeah,
I can definitely see something like that. And that also kind of beta tests whether or not a park or something might work in that region of the world to see how the cruise line does in that area. But go ahead, Italiano. I do apologize.
no, not at all. And yeah, I think, I mean, they could go as ambitious as possibly making another Disney resort in Brazil. I don't think that we're that far, but I mean, like, they may be considering it down the road. Possibly another pavilion at Epcot. So I think that they're going to announce some things that are geared towards the South American culture for sure.
I think so too. It's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. 6 weeks away. We're almost there. We are almost there. And Jason Hill, we actually met up with Jason at the expo recently. Really good guy. We had a good time with Jason. Kiki and Luca is in the house. What's up, Kiki and Luca? Just saw Wild Robot. Loved it. It's what Disney animation used to be like, a cross between WALL-E and Big Hero 6. That is awesome. I really want to see this movie. This movie looks incredible.
Going tomorrow, so we'll see.
Yep, going tomorrow. I'm not seeing it tomorrow, but it's on my list. It's on my list. But no, I definitely do want to see it. It looks amazing. Now, in terms of what Disney animation used to be like, I think that's kind of why we're seeing the shakeup over there at Disney Animation with Jennifer Lee kind of getting this, not kind of, she got demoted. Let's be honest. She got demoted, and Jared Bush now is taking over. I think they're trying to get that. They're trying to rekindle that Disney magic. But what say you, Italiano, in terms of Wild Robot and being what Disney used to be like? Are you getting that vibe?
Well, here's actually the funny thing. Like, when I saw the initial preview for it, like when it started out, and I thought, this is going to be like another gimmick kind of movie. They're utilizing another robot, and it's like, but as the preview started moving along, it kind of orchestrated this kind of like beautiful story of the relationship between this robot with these animals. Yeah, and it kind of gave me like the curiosity of WALL-E. It kind of gave that kind of tug on the heartstrings that Iron Giant did, and then also a little bit of, as Jason had mentioned, with Big Hero 6.
Kiki and Luca, by the way.
Oh, Kiki and Luca. I apologize, not Jason. Sorry, Kiki and Luca. That so I think as a blend. Now, there was a scene. I was watching Big Brother, and yes, folks, I am a Big Brother fan. And on one of the episodes,
so is Maybe, right? And so is our friend Evan, who's been on the channel before. But go ahead.
But so there was an episode where some of the house guests got to watch the movie, and there's a scene where the robot, and this really isn't spoilers because it's really not saying anything, but she says to the little duckling, she says, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate my performance level. And I thought, oh my gosh, they so stole that from Big Hero 6.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah, they totally did. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. This looks like a really good movie. I've heard only great things about it. I'm excited. And DreamWorks, look, I mean, this is exciting for DreamWorks. I got to be honest, I haven't been like super impressed with a lot of DreamWorks stuff. I feel like it's I don't know. DreamWorks has kind of gotten a little bit on the like illumination side of things, a little bit like, really childish, kind of whatever. But this movie looks like it's a 4 quadrant film for sure. And I'm down for it. I'm all here for it. Correct. Actually, one more thing. If it does really, really well, I hope we see it in the parks. I think that would be phenomenal for Universal Parks. Correct here says, hey, everyone, had a question for you guys, OG55. Do you think Coco or Wakanda is more likely in the backlot? We actually did a video on this today. Actually, it's
Mm-hmm.
for members, but it will be public tomorrow to everybody. But I don't think either one, correct? I don't think either one is going to be in the backlot. I think it's going to be Pandora. I think that's why they're getting rid of the red car trolley. I think that's the real reason why they're getting rid of it. I think that whole backlot's going to be Pandora. Coco, jury's still out on that. I mean, it could go Pixar Pier. They could replace the Boardwalk Pizza and that whole back area over there by Sky School. That's a possibility. But yeah, I think Hollywood backlot. I think it's going to be Pandora. I really, really do. What say you, Italiano? What do you think?
Yeah, so I think they had mentioned like Wakanda like in the very beginning, but I think that they were kind of utilizing that just kind of as a placeholder kind of thing. I think it's a possibility down the road that they could eventually utilize that IP, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. I feel like right now, Avatar is the lead up on the backlot area and expanding out to the bus area. But it's still in question because again, we still don't even know where Coco's going to go.
Yeah.
And as OG mentioned, we did a couple videos on the notion of like where things could possibly go, but that's going to be the interesting part. And, I'm looking forward to seeing, what the final decision is made by Disney, because one decision will affect the other. So wherever Avatar is placed, that can impact Coco and vice versa.
Well, and it's going to impact everything. If Avatar goes where the Hollywood backlot is, if Avatar replaces all of Hollywoodland, well, that impacts the parade route.
Right.
So what's going to happen with that? If Coco goes into Pixar Pier and takes over the area behind the Incredicoaster, that also impacts the parade route because you're getting rid of the parade building, which sits behind that. So there are some big changes coming up. I'm telling you, everybody, there's some big changes coming to DCA. No matter wherever they put these attractions and the land, there's going to be some. I think this is going to be a total reimagining of DCA yet again, in my opinion. So we'll see. Shane Narani, and again, Shane, I always do apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. Please let me know in the comments. She says here, Jennifer Lee chose to leave the row because you wouldn't demote someone, you would fire her. She probably wanted to be more involved in the creative. That's an interesting theory. What do you think about that, George? Do you think that's possible, that maybe she wasn't demoted and this was something that she wanted to do?
I mean, it is a possibility. I mean, she did state that she wanted to spend a lot of her time working on Frozen 3 and possibly 4. I think because it's going to be a part 1, part 2 kind of thing. I think that's what they're doing. And if you watch the Into the Unknown, the documentary on Disney Plus, that
special access,
you can see the stress that it takes to make one of these movies. So if this is a big ambitious story that's going to take 2 films to make, it may just be too much for her, to work on those and then work on like other handling other projects that's still within the studio, like Zootopia 2 and
see, that's it's a possibility. I think Shane, I think you bring up a great point. I think you do, and I think this is a definite possibility. The only reason why I'm kind of questioning the whole thing in terms of it not being her decision is because we've had 2 flops in a row from Disney Animation. Mm-hmm. We've had Strange World and Wish. So that's why I'm kind of feeling like, what I'm saying? I don't know if maybe the higher ups put a little pressure on her. Hey, we like you, but we don't like you necessarily in this position. You haven't really performed. So, maybe kind of forcing her to kind of step down. And we don't want to get rid of her, but we don't necessarily want to like have her in the same role because we had 2 flops in a row. I don't know. That's the thing. Honestly, Shane, if there wasn't the flops and Strange World and Wish performed exceedingly well and they did like Inside Out 2 numbers, I would completely agree with you. But the fact that we're on the tail end of those 2 movies flopping, I don't know. I think there's more to it than just her deciding, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. You know. Starship is in the house. Always good to see you, Starship. Rest in peace parades at DCA, possibly. It is a possibility. George, you mentioned that today in a video we recorded.
I actually did.
You want to expand upon that? What do you think?
Yeah. So, yeah, because every time that we were like talking about it, whether it had to do with Coco or Avatar, because obviously those are the next two big plans that are going to be part of Disneyland Forward one way or the other. Because with the Avengers Campus expansion, that has no hindrance whatsoever on expanding out DCA. And it seems like no matter what decision or route Disney would go with Coco or Avatar, it seems like it's going to affect the parade route. And so I question the fact of, I wonder if they're just going to knock out the parade route altogether out of DCA.
Yeah.
And also I had mentioned that because they're definitely, when they do expand out DCA into the Simba parking lot, can they reroute the parade over there depending on whatever lands and IP they use over there?
Yeah, we'll see. I would be sad if they got rid of parades at DCA. I think parades are such an essential part of the Disney experience. Oh man, I would just hate to see it, but you know, you never know. I mean, Starship might be onto something, and George, you as well. I think in my opinion, what they likely will do is we'll probably get a rerouted parade. They're probably going to figure some way to reroute this parade to go a different route, so they can accommodate these new lands and stuff like that. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting to kind of watch it all kind of play out. Cassandra, it's always good to see Cassandra. I love Cassandra's wit and her humor. She's funny. Cassandra here says, will you ever post trips you do together at Disneyland or other parks? Like, Cassandra, you mean like footage, like us filming us on these trips, or like trip reports? I don't know. What do you say about that, George? Like, would you ever be down to like kind of do like a video trip report, like various clips and of our adventures?
I think that would be cool, because I think it would really showcase us outside of the studio, so to speak, and not necessarily record it as like a vlog where we're reporting and we're like, hey, here's this and here's that, like where it's basically like a home movie, where like if we're maybe like sitting down having lunch, or we're just walking around and just like, you know, hey everyone, say hi to the camera, and then we kind of like just clip everything together and just make like a little home movie. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm down. Okay, yeah. She says yes, footage. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you're coming down October, right?
I'm coming down in October. I'm coming down in December. I'm coming down in May. I'm coming down.
You're coming down.
I'm coming down.
Coming down like a Pennsylvanian. You know what I'm saying? Arlene says go live at Disneyland. Yeah, we should. You know, we should do that. Have a little fun, a little something different, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Let me see. Teo here says, I enjoy your trip reports. Would love full episodes. Everything you guys go on. One, if you're feeling it. Yeah. No, we're down. We're open to anything you guys want. We're open for it.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun. Absolutely. Starship here says, in regards to parades at DCA, maybe they move Oogie Boogie Bush back to Disneyland with that parade.
That's what I was actually thinking. Because a lot of people have been saying they miss, and actually who else has been saying it is Mondo from Five Fires, that he actually missed.
You know what? He's actually perfect for my rap group, my Disney YouTube rap group. I would have Mondo in there. Absolutely. It'd be me, Mondo, Drew the Disney Dude, and Bricky. That's my group. That's a squad. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. He actually was saying that he misses the Halloween party at Disneyland. So, I mean, it is a possibility.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Starship here continues. I bet the parade goes through Cars Land. That's my best guess. Yeah, we talked about that, right, George?
Yeah.
That might work. I could see a parade going through Cars Land. That
it's probably a decision that's going to be like so simple, and then once we get that announced, we're like, why didn't we think of that?
Yeah, exactly. They'll figure it out. It's just hard to kind of guess right now because we don't really know where things are going, you know? Arlene says Mondo is the best. Mondo is the best, dude. We hung out with Mondo at the parks for a while that one day with his sister Monica. That was a lot of fun. And Danny also from Five Fires, and we also ran into Mondo at the D23 Expo, which was a lot of fun.
And then I also got to hang out with him and Danny at D23 Day at Disneyland when it was kicking off the D23 weekend. We got to see the story time with Deadpool over by the Avengers campus, so that was really cool.
That's awesome. Cassandra says here, will you be doing horror or Halloween events this season? George, I'll let you take that one. I think you have some interesting news about that.
Yes, actually, this will be my. I've never done the Halloween Horror Nights at either Universal Resort in Hollywood and in Orlando, but this will be my first time, and it's going to be very interesting. I have not done those kind of like haunted houses kind of thing since like I was like 16.
Oh my gosh!
So I do hope that they have these performers sign like waivers, because like I just have to make sure that like my reflexes don't like,
Yeah, right. Yeah, so we are going next month. It's gonna be a ball. I'm excited. I also haven't gone since the last one I went to was Universal Horror Nights, but this was like late 90s.
Do you go into the? Would you go into the houses?
Oh yeah, I'll go. Yeah, that stuff doesn't I'm fine with that. It's all make believe stuff. I don't really care. Like I have anxiety, but that doesn't really bother me.
Okay.
But we just
see. My thing is, it's not necessarily like the horror factor. It's just somebody jumping up at me, and it's like, and if you lived out here in PA, it's like that's entitled as a free ticket to an ass whooping.
Yeah, just keep your hands to yourself, George. Keep your hands to yourself.
Yes.
Sam Chad here, friend of the channel. We gotta get Sam Chad back on the channel. Been trying to work it out. We'll get you on again, Sam. But he says, "Hey, OG and George, wishing the amazing OG crew an excellent week." Oh, thank you so much,
Thank
Sam.
you, Sam. Appreciate it.
And we wish you the same. We wish you the same. Let's see here. Abigail here says, to be honest, they are just the same on and off camera. So funny and down to earth. Thank you so much, Abigail. Yeah, Abigail was so much fun. We talked to Abigail all the time on the phone. We hung out with her at the parks. Amazing. Always a good time. Always.
And that's what we always try to strive and like let people know that literally.
If you see us, come up to us.
Yeah, just come up, say hi, don't be shy. We're regular average Joes. It's like, we're just on the same level as you guys, and we love the interaction. As I say it many times before, I'm an attention whore. I can't help it.
Exactly.
And,
he loves it. He feeds on it.
I do
in the most toxic way possible, right, George?
Yes, I do. But yeah, and we also push the notion that literally when we do these recordings, when we do these lives, literally what you see on screen is literally who we are in real life. There's no smoke screen behind this. This is us.
Yeah, except the part when George bites his toenails. He doesn't put that on camera, but
yeah, that's that I kind of wait till
we save that for the members exclusive. The truest George. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing. He doesn't do that. Yeah. Starship here says, have you heard about Reflections Hotel being revived? Yes, I have heard of that. That's interesting. Did a video on it actually not too long ago, but I don't know. I mean, I like it, but is that DVC, George? Do we know? Is that a DVC thing or is that just a regular?
I believe. Now they might have changed it, but in the very beginning, Reflections was going to be DVC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'll never stay there.
But I think, honestly, they are still considering, because when you look at the concept art, it's the same kind of style and color palette that they changed the cabins over at Fort Wilderness.
Right. Exactly.
So I think that they're doing that to kind of set the stage for that eventually Reflections, a Lakeside Lodge, will be coming. Now, again, I don't even know if they're even going to keep the title of that. It might be called something different.
100%. Todd Hansley said here, what platform do you prefer? He's talking about social media platforms. Yeah, lately I've been trying to dip a little more into Instagram, to be honest with you. I'm a lot more active on there now than I used to be. I'm kind of slowly working my way into that. Also going to be more active on Threads, and I'm going to try to put the Twitter, the X, more in the like the back burner. It's just not for me anymore. I just can't do it. It's just gotten too crappy. It's just not good. Let me see here. Oh, this is from Mr. Mark McHugh. Do you guys think DVC would be worth it? What do you say about that, George? You know a lot about DVC, so you probably better answer that.
Yeah, I've considered it many times, and I always come to the crossroads where when you look at the maintenance fees and you look at now there are people that it does benefit. It is very popular, obviously, because Disney wouldn't even be making more TVCs. But for me personally, I just feel like that you have to literally utilize it as much as you possibly can to get your money's worth. And then, as I said, they have a lot of maintenance fees, a lot of annual fees and everything. Now, if you do want to experience some sort of DVC kind of experience, you can always go through like third-party legit websites where you can actually buy off points from people who are DVC members, and you could actually utilize those points to stay in a DVC resort. But if it's something that you're considering on as a timeshare and, it's something that you're interested in and, you could afford it, I say go for it. It just, for me, for my style of how I travel and everything, it just, when I crunch the numbers, it wouldn't really benefit me.
Understood. We got Mr. Seymour Duck family here on the channel. We love Mr. Seymour Duck. He says, what are the latest shows you guys are watching? Any you recommend? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not really watching any of like the big budgety stuff. Like I'm not watching anything on Netflix or Disney Plus, anything like that. Lately, I've been watching, I don't know if anyone in the chat has seen this, but Kit Boga on YouTube. He is absolutely hilarious. It's what he does is he calls up like scammers like from India and stuff, and he changes his voice to sound like an old lady, and he like trolls them for like 12 hours. And it's like the best content. I am telling you, Kit Boga on YouTube is the best content. You will absolutely love it. Highly recommend. Now, technically, Seymour, I know that's not like a show. But yeah, see, Seymour knows. If you know, you know, bro. Seymour knows. Kit Boga the GOAT. He's absolutely the GOAT. He uses all this technology to sound like a grandma. Oh, I don't know. What button do I push? That kind of stuff. And they believe it, hook, line, and sinker. And he keeps them on the phone for like 12 hours to like distract them so they don't call other people. It's phenomenal. Great content creator. Just absolute brilliant mind, but all about Kit Boga. What shows are you watching?
So for me, yeah, I'm not really currently watching anything like as far as like a series go or anything, but I've been
though, right? You were watching that Big Brother? I thought you were watching Big Brother.
Yeah. So I mean, like as far as like a like a television series, like that kind of thing. But yeah, as far as like reality, like real time, yeah, I've been watching Big Brother. Another show that I got into recently is which you could actually watch the first. They're probably going to do another season, but they have the first 3 seasons of oh my gosh, why do I keep on forgetting the name of this show? It's with the Jonas Brothers, Kevin and his younger brother. Why can I not?
Is it like a reality show with them? Or
yeah,
something?
it's sort of like a reality kind of game show where these. Yep, I knew my mom was going to text me because claim to fame. I knew because she's watching the live right now. Hi, Mom. I knew she was going to text me.
You got the lifeline from Mom.
Yes,
there it is.
Claim to fame. So it's where these group of people come into this mansion, this house, and they are family members to celebrities, but nobody knows who they are. And they have to go through they have to play this game, kind of like obstacles and kind of like puzzles. And and try to figure out who's their celebrity relative.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's actually really cool. As I said, the first 3 seasons are actually, it's on Disney Plus because of Hulu. But it's a really great show. Honestly, I definitely recommend it. And the new season, season 12 of The Masked Singer just started. So I also enjoy that as well.
There you go. There you go. You're such a wine mom, George.
Yeah,
like,
I really am.
That's such a wine mom show, you know?
Yes.
I love it. Masked Singer. No, in all seriousness, though, is it pretty good?
I enjoy that. I love any kind of show that's like a oh, that's another show. Why I Only Murders in the Building with Selena Gomez, Steve Martin, and Martin Short. I love like a whodunit or kind of like mystery, kind of like you have to guess kind of thing. I enjoy those kind of shows.
Absolutely. Arlene says Kevin and Frankie Jonas.
Frankie Jonas, yes, thank you. I couldn't think of his name, Frankie.
Yep. And then we got a lot of love for George's mom. Starship, hi George's mom. Abigail, hi George's mom. Yes, George's mom. I love George's mom. I met George's mom last summer. Like over a year ago now. Summer of 23. I met your mom. Sweetest woman in the world. Sweetest woman in the world. We love George's mom. Put some hearts in the chat for George's mom. Absolutely.
Thank you, bro.
We gotta get your mom on the show one day. That'd be fun.
I actually asked her one time. She says, what am I going to do on there? She says, I don't know any of that stuff that you guys know.
Okay, we could do a live show and just kind of talk about whatever, you know?
Yeah, and I said, you got the personality for it. And
oh, she does. Your mom has the personality for it for sure. Oh, she'd be a lot of fun.
Do you remember when we were at Hollywood Studios when you bought her that Jack Num Num cookie?
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh. I wish I would have recorded that. Like, because that was, you would have thought she was like, she won $1 million. Like she wanted nothing more than just a Jack cookie Num Num. And
I don't blame her. Those are really good, dude. Those are really good. Actually, speaking of cookies, the Harbor Gallery at Disneyland, those chocolate chip cookies are goat. Absolute goat. Oh my God. We got Maybe in the house. Maybe is in the house, gifted 5 OG55 memberships. Maybe, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Maybe. Oh, hold on. We got Maybe in the house. You know what that means, George? You know what that means? Yep. Here we go.
Cause I'm that girl that drive you crazy, but you're killing me alone. Got you thinking maybe alone. Got you thinking maybe alone. Got you thinking maybe.
We always go big for Maybe. We always go big for Maybe, 100%. Let me see here. We have. Oh, hi, George, my sweetheart. Hi, Abigail. Hi, OG. Thanks for the Jack cookie. This is George's mom right here. Janice Falcione. Welcome, George's mom. Welcome. That is awesome. I always love having George's mom in the chat. And Lene says, thank you. Maybe is a baller. And maybe pow pow and yay maybe.
So I mean, maybe. So those are the 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess.
There we go. Yes, thank you so much, Maybe. We love Maybe. Maybe it always, whenever she comes into the live chat, she's always so funny and just I love. We were talking earlier too about how we all talk outside of the channel, and Maybe I'm close with Maybe, and we talk all the time, and she's great. Maybe here said, oh my God, hi, George's mom, queen. Awesome. And Maybe you just made Lene's day, or life, actually. That's awesome. You made her life. That's awesome.
So forever, whoever just became a member right now that wasn't a member before, after this live, go over and watch me and Ebba's trip report.
It's so funny. Yes, that's the video where Ebba gets misgendered on Star Tours, and George and him sit behind the British kid, right? We were in front of him, and he was behind us. And like, I could explain it to you, but definitely, go over and watch the video. Literally, everything that we talk about literally all happened in one day. Literally, I kid you not.
And
It's funny, dude. I'm telling you, these guys are crazy. Ebba is wild, man. I love hanging out with Ebba. I love hanging out with Ebbs. He's funny. And the cool thing about Ebba, dude, is you can totally mess with he's one of those guys, like one of those friends where you can mess with him and he can mess with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you just have a great old time. Let me see here. There was a funny Jay Brad here says, "Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. Now I'm a member, so thank you. Maybe there you go. Great. I can't sing as good as George, but I try. I try. There we go. Webba is the man. He is the man, dude. Yeah. He is the man. I want to get him on the show more, but he's so busy saving the city because he's Spider-Man. You know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, he's awesome. He's absolutely cool. Awesome. Let's see here. We got a couple more than I think maybe we'll head out today. Let me see what we got here. It's Florentine. It's Florentine. Always good to see you, Florentine. I can't believe I met Dylan from Offhand Disney. I heard he is a really nice guy. Really, really nice guy. Yeah. At Walt Disney World a week ago, I even forgot to ask if he's vacationing because maybe he's a West Coaster. People mover guy. Oh, huge people mover guy. Have you ever met Dylan from Offhand Disney?
I never actually introduced myself, but I have seen him. Actually, I saw him in the parks one of the times. He was walking around, but it was so crowded, and I didn't get a chance to go over to him. But he definitely seems with his he has kind of a dry, sarcastic humor, which I absolutely love how he does that with his videos.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
We've met a few. Well, you've met a lot of YouTubers and stuff in your day.
We've I've met, and you did too, at the D23 Tim Tracker. I've met Adam the Woo. We've talked to Peter and Kitra several times. They're really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been quite a few. Nate paging Mr. Morrow.
Oh yeah. I've run into him a few times at the parks, actually.
Yeah.
You know,
you bumped into him in the bathroom.
I did. I did. I was washing my hands. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up? But yeah, I would love to meet Dylan though. He seems like a great guy. Oh, George's mom. Hi, maybe princess. Very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. Like I said, we got to get your mom on the channel, George. We have to get your mom on the channel. Fantastic live show today, everybody. We'll be doing more of these live shows because the Italiano is back. There it is. Abigail, you are absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. The Italiano is back from his double cruise sandwich. He is back now for at least a few weeks before you come back to California.
Yes. I just have to say, folks, a lot is on the horizon for this Italiano. And if you ever have any kind of plans, I am completely booked out for the year 2025. So if you want to do something, let me know for 2026.
Yeah, he's booked. This man is totally booked. But we got some cool stuff coming up. We got the Halloween Horror Nights coming up. Mm-hmm. We got a concert coming up in December. We got a lot of cool stuff. And we're trying to get to Epic Universe.
Yes,
eventually
for next year.
Next year. So Lene Ward here says, Mark and I are so excited right now. We both have never been members to a channel before on YouTube or know how that works because we were so old. This is amazing. Lene, this is awesome. Okay, first of all, thank you so much again, maybe for gifting all those memberships. Really, really super sweet of you. But Lene, check out the members content. George and I get into all kinds of crazy topics that we don't really get into for the general public. A lot of stuff about life, relationships, spicy stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great stuff. And also, Lene, you'll also get a lot of videos early, before other people. If we do a big collaboration, let's say with Fresh Baked again, or with DSNY or whatever, you'll get that a full day before the general public gets it. So a lot of cool little perks, but
and honestly, you guys gave us some more inspiration and other ideas that if you guys would love to see kind of home movie kind of little video clips of us in the parks of what we do and everything, that could be for members, if that
Exactly. Mr. Seymour Duck, Japan 2026. Oh God, yes. I would love to go to Japan. I've been wanting to do this for such a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Such a long time.
We're planning it. So
yeah, we got to
it's
bring
gonna
Mr.
happen.
Duck. We got to bring Mr. Duck with us. If we go to Japan, we're bringing Mr. Duck with us. We are bringing Mr. Duck with us.
Get your passport ready, Seymour.
Get it ready, Seymour. Get it ready. And then Abigail here says, "Vacation King." You are, George. You are the Vacation King.
George, the Vacation King.
George, hold on one sec, buddy. Hold on. Give me a second, bro. I hate when I don't have my drops ready. Hold on, buddy. Oh, man, where is that thing? I can't even find it. Oh, man, I hate when I do this. Oh, yeah, George walks in the door and it's like... Vacation King every time. Thank you, George's mom. Absolutely. And... Oh, sorry, George. We hit the thing at the same time.
Yeah.
We try to have fun with the member videos and try to do something very different. And you get to know us, a side of us that you wouldn't get with the regular videos. We look forward to all the spicy hot takes and perks. Yes, there's a lot of spice in those member videos and more spice to come for sure. We even did a video about the sexiest attractions, right?
Yes.
It's a comical jokey video, but limiting. I think you guys will have a great time with that one. Absolutely great time.
Yes, so definitely when as soon as we're done with the live, go over, check out the member exclusive stuff. You'll laugh, you'll cry for many different reasons. So.
Yeah, exactly. But I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Fantastic live show as usual. And now that the Italiano is back, we can do more of these live shows. We got a whole week ahead of us. We'll probably do another one in a few days.
Yeah,
why not?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So the Italiano, if you could let everybody at home know where they could find you on social media.
Absolutely. As for right now, you could find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base at Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
Did you say sticky, George?
I said
There we go. Comment down below with all your thoughts on everything we discussed today. Anything that you want to suggest for a future video or a future member video, we always are open to suggestions. We would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting OG55.